What's up, party animals? My name is Kezi, and sorry if the sound's not great. This is not a very well treated room, but I needed to talk about my stage setup. I wanted to have Furcon at home. I want to start being a part of my local community. I want to bring the joy of music to as many people as I possibly can. And with a setup like this, I've got all my bases covered. So let's dive in. Sitting on top of the Odyssey CTBC 260 DJ table is the XDJ-RX2. I've had this thing for 5 years, and let me tell you, it's a powerhouse of interconnectivity and does everything I need to take the rave home. It even has RCA auxiliary inputs for DJs with their own controllers, or even phono inputs for record players. With its full-sized XLR master outputs, this plugs right into my Rockville RX 230 crossover, which splits the audio into low end and high end. Lows go to my subwoofers, a pair of passive Radio Shack loudspeakers I got 15 years ago. Supporting 150 watts each, they're powered by my Rockville RPA5 300 watt amplifier. A perfect match for what I have here. And while none of this was particularly designed to run a subwoofer, for the house parties I'm doing, this is more than plenty. Now for the tops, ooh. These are a pair of Soundboks 4 battery-powered PA speakers. And I've used them before on their own at friends' house parties. I've used them outdoors. They're lightweight, plenty loud, support Bluetooth if you want, and most importantly, supports full-sized XLR that comes in from the crossover. Now, at $1,000 each, this was easily the most expensive part of the stage. But with how portable they are, and with a long-lasting battery pack, I think they were well worth it for me. And they get plenty of use. Built in a rugged, splash-resistant case, and rubber corners to prevent damage, I'm not afraid to take these anywhere the music takes me. Oh, that was fun, but that's just the DJ and sound system. Now it's time for... So all of this is built on the GearIT lighting truss and has plenty of dedicated attachment points, a sturdy build, and while it probably couldn't take the full weight of a drunk partygoer, it shrugs off bumps and wobbles without any worry, even when fully loaded. Now, probably the biggest spectacle that made this whole set totally worth it are the 6 U-King mini LED moving heads. These are admittedly kind of bad, but for the scale I'm doing shows, quantity over quality was way important here. And when a more professional setup was not only heavier, bulkier, but also nearly costing $10,000, this mini set cost less than 1/10 of that at under $600 for the half dozen I have here. Next up, we have a pair of Rockville stage panels. These are wicked bright. I had to dial down the peaks when programming them, as these things can rival the sun. They support all sorts of crazy modes, but just for now, I just use them as colorful strobes. Hanging off the sides here, we have a pair of Chauvet color strip minis. And while I don't hate these, I wouldn't recommend getting them. They work nice as a wash light, as you can tell, and they have a decent sound active mode, but they're poorly programmed, and they don't do what I was hoping them to do, which was to make LED marquees dance around the stage by controlling each segment of the light bar via DMX. Lastly, for the light that takes center stage, we have the Chauvet Mini Kinta. This is a derby style light, which, think like disco ball. And it's pretty basic, but it does everything I wanted it to do. And actually, seeing a light similar to this at a Renegade show in the city was what inspired me to actually go for this entire stage. And since with fog, this light looks incredible. But on its own, looks great to fill an area with color. Now, completing the set, and what really brings the magic out, and smoke detectors, this is the Rockville R1200L fog machine. This thing can fill a room in under a minute and even has a grouping of par lights on the front that can be addressed via DMX. Now, I don't really use those since all it's gonna do is blind everybody, but it's there if you need them. DMX is a lighting standard that supports 512 channels of 8-bit data. That means that you can send something like red to a wash light on its dedicated red input channel, and then the light will react accordingly. Now, a universe, that's a set of 512 channels. DMX lights are actually chained together, so there's always an input and an output, and then you just kind of link them together daisy chain style. In my dual universe setup, I actually have it split across 2 laptops, since I have special software I want to use to control the different lights. My first laptop, this is running QLC Plus, a freeware piece of software with good programming and macro functionality, but kind of lacks in other ways. I pair this with the MPX8 to turn on auto modes with the mini Kinta and the stage panels, letting me trigger strobes, autoplays, or even blackouts with simple presses of the pads. The second laptop is running the subscription version of SoundSwitch, which is a great piece of software for novices like myself. Basically, it automates a lot of the show with colors, it makes the movers move automatically, and even can sync to the beat of the music just using the laptop's built-in microphone, which is perfect for the small-scale shows I'm trying to do. And we use that with the Akai APC Mini MK2 right here, which has full compatibility with SoundSwitch, basically plug and play. And there you have it. This is my rundown of We Have Furcon at Home stage. This has been super exciting. Definitely a weirder format than I'm used to. I had to write a script for this because no way I was gonna remember everything and every little detail I wanted to say. But I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please ask in the comments below. If you're inspired, let me know. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Yeah, this is a crazy format for me. Go sub on my Patreon. I bought this when I had a job. Don't have that now. But I hope to rent this out to people and do shows, because that would be cool. I mean, that's kind of my dream. But thanks so much. Bye-bye.